How you doing on this beautiful Sunday? I hope you're well. Get myself situated right quick. Yeah. We got chapter 22 today, coming from the Holy Koran, Moorish Holy Temple of Science, Moorish Science Temple of America. 1 second here. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. One second, I'm gonna just drop the link in the chat there. So if you don't have the Quran, you can follow along. This chapter is a pretty powerful chapter, I must say. At least speaking for myself, I was married for about 10 years. Almost there. We almost made 10. And when I was reading through some of these, man, I'm like, man, there's some powerful guidance in here if you can humble yourself and listen to it. Especially as a man, especially as a husband. Oh, peace. I'm sorry. I'm Rami Salam Mel. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for joining us. We dropped the link in the little chat. We're going to be going through chapter 22 today. Short chapter. Dictionary. 1 second. That's what it was. Bam. Dictionary. Like that, like this. There we go. Got ourselves some extra materials for the class today. Damn. All right. So my man got his books over here too now. Before we get started on the Quran, just wanted to highlight this for today. Being there, I'm reading chapter 22, Duty of a Husband. This book is Muslim Girls Training Guide, divinely prepared by the Sisters Auxiliary of the Moorish Science Temple of America, based on the original 1928 edition by Sister Augustus Bay of the Moorish Science Temple of America, revised and edited by Sister Tahiti S. Naji Ula L. And you can pick this up at Khalifa Media. Check out khalifamedia@gmail.com. That's CALIFA Media. That's the dictionary. Boom. All right. Ooh, it's a little cold on this side. All right, here we go. Chapter 22. Take unto thyself a wife and obey the ordinance of Allah. Take unto thyself a wife and become a faithful member of society. But examine with care and fix not suddenly. On thy present choice depends thy future happiness. If much of her time is destroyed in dress and adornment, if she is enamored with her own beauty and delighted with her own praise, if she laugheth much and talketh loud, if her foot abideth not in her father's house, and her eyes with boldness rove on the faces of men, though her beauty were as the sun in the firmament of heaven, turn thy face from her charms, turn thy feet from her paths, and suffer not thy soul to be ensnared by the allurements of imagination. That's a heavy sentence, that last one there. But when thou findest sensibility of heart, joined with softness of manners, and accomplished mind, with a form agreeable to thy fancy, take her home to thy house. She is worthy to be thy friend, thy companion in life, the wife of thy bosom. O cherish her as a blessing sent to thee from heaven. Let the kindness of thy behavior endear thee to her heart. She is the mistress of thy house. Treat her therefore with respect, that thy servants may obey her. Oppose not her inclination without cause. She is the partner of thy cares. Make her also the companion of thy pleasures. Reprove her faults with gentleness. Exact not her obedience with rigor. Trust thy secrets in her breast. Her counsels are sincere. Thou shalt not be deceived. Be faithful to her bed, for she is mother of thy children. Ooh. When pain and sickness assault her, let thy tenderness soothe her affliction, and look from thee of pity, and love shall alleviate her grief, or instigate her pain, and be of more avail than 10 physicians. Got it. Oh, okay, got it. Consider the tenderness of her sex, and the delicacy of her frame, and be not severe to her weakness, but remember thy own imperfections. I'm gonna read that last one again. Consider the tenderness of her sex, the delicacy of her frame, and be not severe to her weakness, but remember thy own imperfections. It's a deep one. Peace. It's a lot going on here. I wanted to highlight a few words. And the chapters, if you've been following along, the first 20 chapters. Let me just be sure. Yeah, the first 19 chapters is dealing with a lot of Jesus' life and the story. So we kind of go about it a different way. We break it down, the characters, where you're at, etc., etc. The second half of the book is really more so guidance, you know what I mean, and just like deep wisdom. But I still like to highlight some of the words, to look those words up. And then from there, I'll just build on a couple of these, and we'll go from there. But some of the words was... Now, how did I lose it that fast? A mistress. I wanted to look up mistress because it said she is the mistress of thy house. And, you know, if you don't understand what mistress means, you're like, wait a minute now. How does a mistress give respect? So mistress, I wanted to look up mistress. I wanted to look up rigor. I wanted to look up... oh, man, there was another one I want to look up. I'll find it in a second. Firmament. Let me put that right there so I don't lose it again. Bam. Firmament, and yeah, that's cool for right now. But we'll look up, well, actually, we'll go to firmament first. Just right there. And I'm, today I am going out of the Random House Dictionary of the English Language, 2nd edition, unabridged. That's the big dog. And it's good to look up these words if you don't know or you're unclear, just to get some clarity on what you're reading. Make sure you understand what you're reading, and you're not just assuming and you just, oh yeah, I know what they're talking about. Well, sometimes we don't know what they're talking about. Firmament. Firmament, the vault of heaven, sky. The etymology, support, prop, stay, to strengthen, to support. Okay, so the vault of heaven, the sky. And going back to the line, it says, her beauty was the sun in the sky or the vault of heaven. Got it. Okay. Got it. That makes the sentence deep because it's talking about, and that's from line 3, it's speaking about qualities to know that she has on whether or not you might want to make her your wife, you know what I mean, really take it to that next level, or if you need to, you know what I mean. And it says, if much of her time is destroyed in dress and adornment, if she is enamored with her own beauty, if she talketh loud and laugheth much, if her foot abideth not in her father's house, and her eyes with boldness rove on the faces of men. That means she, you know what I mean? She doing all, it says, though her beauty were as the sun in the firmament of heaven. That means though she is a bad one. You feel me? One of them ones. You feel me? Turn thy face from her charm. Turn away. Don't look. Get up out of there, young fella. Young fella, don't look. Move your feet. Go that way. Turn thy feet from her paths and suffer not thy soul to be ensnared by the allurements of imagination. Come on, boy. They dropping them. Boop. They dropping them. Boop, boop, boop. Dropping the jewels on us. And also, actually, before I go any further, when I read this chapter, I was like, well, how come they ain't got no duty for a wife in here? You know what I mean? But I had hung myself, you know what I mean? Maybe husbands, we need a lot more work. But then also on the flip side, seriously speaking, if you are a woman, you can look at this, chapter and see, okay, these are the qualities that I need to avoid if I want a husband. You know what I mean? Because if I have these qualities, the dude that I really want to treat me right, he ain't gonna be interested because he gonna be, you feel me? But let me continue. The next word, mistress. Mistress. Oh man.
Can I know that word definition. So can I do it, please?
Come on, man.
It technically means like a leader.
It technically means leader.
It means a leader.
Did you say hello?
Hello, and it means a leader.
Well, how about let's look up the word instead of just
dang it.
feeling like we know, right? You got to be sure, correct? Yeah. Why did you? Yeah, you the one that wanted to come on in. Yeah, come on in.
Help.
Now we got it. Here, don't look at that screen. Look at the book. Mistress, right? Hey.
Oh yeah.
Mistress.
A woman who has authority, control, or power, a female head of house.
Slow down. ESP means especially.
Especially
the female
head of a house,
hold,
institution, or other establishment.
Number 2.
Attendance.
No, number 2.
A woman employing or an authority over servants, attendants.
Servants or
attendants.
That's great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now you go in the room. Let me finish. Come on, Bam. Come on. Go sit. Let me finish, all right? I'm almost done. No, son. No, son. Let me finish, please. Thank you, though. Love you. Go. Let me focus, Bam. Come on. Mistress. Thank you to my son for helping us with that one. I'm going back to the line. Line 6. She is the mistress of thy house. Therefore, treat her therefore with respect, that thy servants may obey her. Going back to the definition. A mistress is a woman employing or in authority over servants or attendants. A woman who has authority, control, or power, especially the female head of a household. So just understanding, and I wanted to highlight that because back when I was married, this is a little inside of my life, but back when I was married, when I first started studying and stuff, my ex, she wasn't interested. And so I was like, all right, let me see if I can find some stuff in here that I can maybe And so I came to this chapter and I'm like, oh, perfect. And I got to reading and I read line 6. I was like, oh, it's over. She gonna say, oh, so you want a mistress now, huh? Oh, so that's what this is about? And I'm like, yeah. If I try to tell her, no, but see in the dictionary, you're gonna be like, but but that's why we gotta look up words, man, so that we know what they truly mean. So if you're reading some of the old scriptures and things like that, understanding mistress means the female head of household, the authority figure. You know what I mean? So don't misconstrue what we take mistress as now. And then rigor. Let me look up rigor real quick. Peace, 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 peace. Oh, I see. Peace. Oh man, we got some people. I'm my fault, y'all. Peace. Zuri S. Blaylock. Um, to, two identity. I'm sorry. Mike Abdullah. This is the big dog here. I got this big, older Random House Dictionary of the English Language. If you can, look for unabridged dictionaries because it has um, fuller definitions than some of our newer versions of dictionaries. Rigor. Oh, okay. Because in this book it's spelled with the U in it, but it's just RIGOR is the same one. So rigor, strictness, severity, or harshness, as in dealing with people. The full or extreme severity of laws, rules, etc. Severity of living conditions, hardship, austerity. A severe or harsh act. Got it. All right. Stiffness. Got it. Got it. Okay. So going back to the line, it says, this is line 8. Reprove her faults with gentleness. Exact not her obedience with rigor. Can't be hard. Cannot be severe. You can't be super harsh. Super, what does it say with the words? I'm not just using it. Super strict. Yeah, you can't be severe and just super strict and just harsh when dealing with your wife and expecting her to listen. You know what I mean? And it says, reprove her faults with gentleness. You got to be gentle, baby. You know, even if your lady might be getting just a little bit. You know what I mean? Might push you to that point. You can't be harsh. That's your duty. I'll do. You know what I mean? But we gotta. This chapter is deep, man. It's a short chapter, but it got a lot in here. You know, be faithful to her bed. Hello, talk to her now. Talk to us now. And I want to highlight this though, because I did highlight the section of qualities to look for and know to turn away from, but I wanted to highlight the qualities that you should look for in ones to actually pursue a woman to be your wife. Oh, and actually before I do that, the one thing I noticed is in line 1, it gives pretty much, well, I'll just read it again. Take unto thyself a wife and obey the ordinance of Allah. Take unto thyself a wife and become a faithful member of society. And I was like, wow, that's a powerful statement because, you know, it's addressing both sides. You know what I mean? It's just the spiritual side. We're talking about the ordinance of Allah and just faithful member of society and doing what's right in terms of your society, wherever you at in that side. So it's like, you can't wiggle up out of it like, you know, I'm not in the religious stuff. Well now, we got something for you over here. But line 4, this is the one where it talks about the qualities. It says, when thou findest sensibility of heart, that's 1, joined with softness of manners, that's 2, an accomplished mind, that's 3, with a form agreeable to thy fancy. That's 4. And let me highlight this real quick. It talks about the physical, the form, and liking the physical last. That's the last quality it lists, if you pay attention. First, it lists sensibility of heart, talking about the heart. Then it's the softness of manners. Then it's accomplished mind. And then it's the form. After those 4, then you can take her home to thy house. She is worthy to be thy friend, thy companion in life, the wife of thy bosom. And I just wanted to highlight that again. For us, especially as men, to recognize the order and to recognize the attributes or the things that is being highlighted for us to look for. Because it's not by accident. It's not by accident that it was listed that way. So we have to pay attention to these things, and heed to the guidance. Or our soul could be ensnared by the allurements of imagination. I ain't saying now you could take it. You can leave it alone. You can take it, leave it alone now. Take it, leave it alone. Peace, 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 Darnell Thompson. Peace, peace, peace. And then just on that note, I didn't really have too much more in that chapter. Let me look at it one more time. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You know what I mean? If you gotta listen to this guidance, man. It's very powerful stuff. Some things I wish I would have known. Thank you, sir. No, just go sit down. Let me finish, man.
Okay.
Thank you. Some guidance I wish I would have known when I was a bit younger. And God willing, I'm gonna pass it on to that little dude, so he'll be on the right way. But I wanted to highlight this book real quick. Yeah. Let me highlight this real quick. Let me find a chapter real quick. Cam, yes? You need to sit down, man. Okay. You can't play soccer in here, man. All right. I'm trying to focus, my man. Man, let me see if I can find it. I may not be able to. Sorry. Here we go. I think this is it right here. Never mind. I can't find it. But this book here, The Way of the Superior Man, by David Deida. The Way of the Superior Man, a spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of women, work, and sexual desire. David Deida. I'm not sure how to pronounce the last name, but it's Deida. I should look that up. My bad, David. Powerful book, and I was trying to find there was a chapter on here that kind of I felt related right to the Quran, but I can't find it off the dribble, and so I don't want to waste too much more time. Yeah, but just know that this book is very has. Yeah. The book is an important book, has some really good keys and wisdom and guidance for young men that I think is important and relates to this chapter. Justin, just send my son a copy of it. Oh, word. It's a powerful book, man. You know, especially for young men in terms of developing discipline, um, focus, and not allowing your soul to be ensnared. That's really what it was about. It was that's it. Let me try to find it real quick. That's what it was. Because I felt like it was. Okay, here, yeah, okay. I still read it. This isn't quite it, but um, yeah, here we go. It says, a man's highest purpose is his priority, not his intimacy. Your woman knows this. Deep inside, she really wants it to be this way. Um, the woman in the scene above would actually feel strange if a man suddenly said, I've changed my mind. You are more important to me than the freedom of mankind. You are the most important thing in my life, and I don't care if my service to humanity is needed elsewhere, so I'm staying here with you. It says, even though part of her would feel glad, a deeper part of her would feel deflated, emptied, let down. Um, if a woman has become the point of your life, you are lost. You have a gift to give, a purpose to fulfill, a deep heart impulse that moves you. If you have lost touch with this impulse, then you will begin to feel ambiguous in your life. You will make decisions because you have to, but they won't be guided by a deeper sense of purpose. You may take on your woman's purposes because they are stronger than yours. You may adapt your need for direction to externally regulated purposes, becoming a cogwheel company man or dead-ended husband and parent without leaving yourself open to your own greatest vision. Be careful not to substitute default responsibilities for true purpose. It is easy to fill your day with chores, obligations, coming up for air only long enough to watch some TV or have quick sex. Um, it says it is easy to give up entirely on a life of absolute commitment to truth, settling for the common life of absolute commitment to work, family, intimacy, and friends. Yet you can only be a superior professional, father, husband, and friend when you're living these relationships as gifts given from your core, not as what's left over because you don't have the guts to discover your core impulse and live on its basis. If you aren't living from your core, giving your fullest gifts, everyone will feel your lack of true purpose. Your kids will challenge your authority. Your colleagues will take advantage of you. Your friends won't expect much of you, and your wife won't trust you. Powerful. If you yeah, I think it's there. And I want it's a lot more that I want to get into with this book, but this ain't the class for that. But you really want to make sure, young men out there, that you are after, that you pursue a woman um, that let me get back to the book. Let me get back to the chapter. The sensibility of heart. You know what I mean? Accomplished mind. Um, softness of manners. And the form agreeable to thy fancy. You feel me? Yeah, old man too. You right. Old man too. True indeed. Yeah. All men. True indeed. You want to pursue women that have these qualities because when you pursue the women that don't have, those are the women that can pull you off of your purpose, off of your path, and have you snared with the allurements of your imagination. May have you given up your purpose of uplifting fallen humanity, and instead you kick it in the Bahamas and you laid up, you got margaritas, you know what I mean? It's a beautiful time, but you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And what we supposed to do is uplift fallen humanity. Come on now. Somebody talk to me. Somebody talk to me. Somebody talk to me. I appreciate everybody tapping in. Study, Noble Dry Lee, the Holy Koran, Circle 7. Love instead of hate. We got to stand on the principles, the 5 principles: love, true peace, freedom, and justice at all times. And just study more information. And men out there, man, you know, humbly, man, if you're looking at a woman and you're interested in her, you know what I mean, to try and take it to another level, go by this guidance, man. Go by this guidance. You know what I mean? And just peep the situation. Have a little patience. Have a little patience. Take your time. And peep the situation. You don't want, because your future happiness depends on your current choice now. So you got to choose right. Thank you. Appreciate you tapping in. Next week is chapter 23, and that is Holy Instructions for Thy Children. That's a good chapter. Definitely getting that chapter. Yeah. Thank you. Much love. Peace.
Prayer. Dad, I was standing by the corner like, what, is he about to end? What is prayer about to end? Okay.
You ready to do the prayer?
There's only 7 people, but 8 likes. Goals.
Are you ready to do the prayer now? Okay. All right, y'all.
I knew you wouldn't forget it.
All right.
I knew you were gonna forget it.
Allah,
the
Father of the universe.
The Father of the universe.
The Mother of love.
Mother of love. Truth. Peace.
Freedom.
And justice.
Allah is our protector.
Allah is our protector. Our guide.
And our salvation.
By
night and by day.
Through
our holy prophet. Noble.
True. Ali. I love you. I love you. Ow.
Peace, y'all.
Daddy, wait, stop. They have a question. What dictionary is that?
I already answered
that. Is the Random House Dictionary of the English Language. Second edition unabridged. Or you can just search it up online. Either way, they're both kind of boring.
Indeed. Just man, John, I gotta add that in before we close.
Wait.
Justin with the jewel, with the last, the fourth quarter buzzer beater jewel. That chapter is profound because the upliftment of fallen humanity is the upliftment of all women. Holding ourselves to the highest ideals is the key to elevate our nation. And to that point, understand that with the Quran, right after the creation of man, the first chapter, the creation of fallen man, The first chapter is the creation of fallen man, and the very next chapter is the education of women, in particular of mothers, of Mary and Elizabeth, in Egypt.
So talking about Romeo and Juliet?
No.
Oh.
But let's think about that. That this book, this holy book, after the chapter on the creation of fallen man, the very next chapter is talking about the education of women, particularly mothers, and they were in Egypt. Come on now. Much love.
Much love. Peace.
Peace.